How's it going, everybody? In today's tutorial, you are going to learn how to set up a complete web app step by step. And the best part is there is no coding required and there is no prior experience required. So anybody can do this. We're going to start off by showing you how to generate ideas for your app in case you have no idea what to design. Next, I'm actually going to show you how to prompt Base44 to build you a complete web app in just a few prompts. And then I'm going to show you how to edit any of those prompts and edit your actual web app so you can get it perfectly designed on how you want it to look. And we're also going to show you how to get a custom domain and how to actually launch your app so that the public can see it and you can start having people utilize your web app. So let's jump right in. I would encourage you to follow along throughout this tutorial. I have a link down below to Base44. It is an affiliate link, but if you check that out and you do decide to use Base44, it does help support the channel at no extra cost to you, so I do appreciate it. So there is a link down below to sign up for Base44. But the best part is you can get started for 100% free actually, and we're going to get started for free with this, and I'll show you when you're going to need to, or if possibly you have to get the paid plan here. But first thing is it's asking us for a prompt. Now, I did promise at the beginning that we are going to show you just a way to generate ideas, and where we're actually going to start this journey is inside of Claude or ChatGPT. So the first thing I would recommend is going to Claude, ChatGPT, or whatever your large language model of choice is. And I've just said, I want to generate a web app that is in the blue collar job kind of space. I want it to be a niche tool that solves a very specific problem. Can you give me a list of ideas? Now, if you're wanting to monetize your web app, this is the route that I would recommend going, is choosing a very specific industry and then asking it to build a web app that solves a very specific problem. So we're going to do this and we're going to have it give us a list of ideas. We'll come back in here in a minute once it gives us these ideas. All right, and then this then gave us a list of kind of by industry. So you have construction, contractors, plumbing, HVAC, landscaping. I went through and read through this list, and the one that I like the most here is a lawn measurement tool where you input dimensions and it calculates fertilizer, seed, and mulch needed. I think that's an easy one that we can build and one that solves a real problem for people. So then what I did after I had this idea in here, what I did is I said, I like this idea. Can you give me a couple of name suggestions for it? Now, the reason why this is important is because when you are building out your app, if you just give Base44 a prompt, it's just going to spit out a random brand name. So I wanted to give me some brand names here, and the one that I liked was Grass Dad right here, and it even said my personal favorite one is Grass Dad. So I said, let's go with Grass Dad. Then can you create me a prompt to give to Base44 so I can create this entire app for me? And you can see here is the prompt that it gave me. So I just went through and did that homework there so that I can show you how exactly how to do this. And the reason why I like using Claude or ChatGPT to actually give me the prompt is because it is really good at writing the actual language that Base44 is looking for and getting all these specific features that I'm needing. So now I have an idea, the name, and the actual prompt all from Claude in this case. So we're going to grab all this right here. We're going to copy this into the spot. And this also helps with credits too, because it makes sure it gets kind of most of the things that you're wanting for your app. And then we're going to come back over here to Base44 and we're going to simply prompt this in here. And you see right now with the free plan, we can actually get started with this. So we're going to hit next here and we're going to have it start building out. We're going to need to log into our account real quick. And after we've logged into our account, you can see it is going to start building this idea. Now this can take a few minutes for it to actually go through and build. You can see on this left-hand side, it will start telling me what it is going to be doing. So we'll come back here in just a minute and we'll show you the output and then show you next how to start editing the app to get it perfectly how you want it to look. Okay, and then you can see after 5 minutes here, so here's the prompt. After 5 minutes, we now have our web app here and it is functional. You can see it starts off here, the lawn zone. So if you have a rectangle, circle, triangle, or irregular lawn, you can put in here. And then the length, let's say that I have 100 foot by, let's say 150 width on this. You can see it will calculate the zone area. And then when I click down here, I can choose the supply calculator, whether I'm doing fertilizer, grass seed, or mulch. If it's fertilizer down here, you can see it estimates how many pounds of fertilizer I'll need. If I'm buying 10-pound bags, then I'm going to need 6. If I'm buying the 40-pound bags, then I'll need to buy 2 of them. It's kind of a very basic calculator, but there's some features there that I want to add. Now, when it comes to editing, there are 2 different ways that you can go about it. One, you can either prompt the Base44 to create something for you. And every time you do that, it is going to take a credit. So you can see right now, we use one of our 5 daily credits or our 25 monthly credits. And we'll talk about how to get more credits here in just a minute. With the free plan, you get 5 a day or 25 a month. And so if I go and I prompt something here, it's going to use a credit. But if I wanted to edit something simple, say maybe change a text or maybe some of the design, then what I would recommend doing is coming over here to the edit button, click on edit mode. And then once you're inside of here, you can see you can kind of edit this like a normal website. So I can click inside of here and I can change out the text. And I want this to have a little bit more context when people are coming to this so they know exactly what to do. So we're going to say measure your lawn, add zones, and enter dimensions. We'll calculate the total area. And you can see that adds it here into, and then we have that inside of there. So measure your lawns, add zones, and enter dimensions. We'll calculate the total area. And I don't really love the way that this looks here. So we're going to delete this measure your lawn and just have the add zones and enter the dimensions to calculate the total area here. We'll save that. Now, the second way that you can edit that gets a little bit more specific is if you wanted to actually edit a specific element, you can click here and edit the element and tell it what to change here. You can also do this down here for broad changes, but if I wanted to change something specifically here, I can have the actual AI do it. Okay, so I just accidentally hit enter before I finished my prompt, so it added a H1 of measure your lawn, but here I want this to say, I want an H1 that says measure your lawn and an H2 that says, and then we'll have it say this. this right here, and then we will calculate that. That way we can get a look where it has an H1 underneath here and then an H2 underneath with a better look. And now you can see when you are editing and you're just doing manual edits here and you're changing it using the bars down below, it does not cost any credits, but as soon as you use this edit element button, when I come over here and I look at this, you can see I have now used 2 of additional credits based on just changing that headline. So keep that in mind when you are using this based on your prompts. Now, the next thing that is important to know about in the edit view here is if you wanted to change colors or the theme of your website or your web app, you can come over here and you can change the color and fonts as well. And these won't take any credits either. So if you want to change fonts anyway, you could do that, or any of the colors. I personally like the color fonts that are chosen here, but that's just another option for you. But there is some functionality that is missing from this. For example, when you actually go to maybe add a new zone, like say we come back over here to the preview mode, and let's actually preview this, get out of the edit mode. You can come back over here to preview. And when you add something in here, this looks good for the selecting things. And then when I add a new zone here, it has the backyard as well. I can do the same thing where it's, 150. But for this example, I actually now, instead of it just choosing a fertilizer, I want to have a drop down of some of the most popular fertilizers available, like Scott's Miracle-Gro or different things. They can select so the user knows exactly which bag they're going to be using and how much fertilizer of that specific product they need. So I'm going to prompt Base44 to build that in here for me. And because our prompts are a little bit limited, what I also want to do is have some sort of progress bar here at the top. So what I said is at the top, I want there to be some sort of progress bar that shows the steps that each person is on, and they can see the entire funnel through selecting measurements. And then also with the supply calculator, when somebody selects a fertilizer or grass seed or mulch, I want there to be a drop down of some of the most popular products in that specific category. For example, Scott's Miracle-Gro, etc. And so now we're going to prompt this. So we're going to try and get 2 birds with 1 stone here with 1 prompt, and we're going to send this and see what this comes back as. Now, while this is populating those edits here, there's a couple other settings down here that I want you to be aware of. If you click on this bottom left-hand corner, there's this AI settings. When you click inside of here, you can change the mode that you're using. I would recommend keeping it automatic. But right here in AI controls, there's some things that you can do. You can give it custom instructions so that it keeps every single prompt that you give, like maybe you keep it dark theme, always break down into small files, etc. And then this is also really helpful in case you get a section that you really like that you don't want the AI to start editing by accident. Because sometimes when you're prompting the AI to build out something else, it can go and change it. So this can freeze the file so that it won't edit anything in that specific file. So that's another helpful setting when you are building these and making sure that everything stays consistent. Okay, and it looks like it has gone through and made those adjustments. I can see here now I have this measure, calculate, select, supply, and then result. That way people know what to expect when they're going through the process. So now here, let's select our front yard. We're going to do the same thing. We'll do 100, and then we'll do 100 here again. We'll add our backyard zone. We'll do a circle this time. Dimensions, we'll do 50 there, and then we'll scroll down. And then now when we select this, there should be a drop down. Here we go. So choose a product, which is optional, which I really like. That way I can look and see, okay, here's some of the other ones inside of here. Now, another thing that I could do is this is really like a very small list, but if I wanted to go and change it and prompt it to give a bigger list, I could certainly do that. We're going to do this, and then we're going to select the product. And I think this is a much better user experience. That way, if you're looking for the specific seed, you know that this is going to work for it. And you can see it says where it's available, the coverage, and then you can see the total bags here. And this is starting to become something that is actually really useful for someone like me who has literally had this problem just the other day and understanding which fertilizer I should get and also which ones would be best. This would also be a great opportunity to add an affiliate link inside of here. You can do affiliate links and send people over to buy the specific weed and feed that you're wanting to have them get. So now this app is coming along and it's actually pretty usable, but at this point I maybe want to discuss with the AI to see if there's some other ways that we can make it better. Now there is this feature right here, the discuss feature. And you see the nice thing about this is you can discuss with the AI and it only uses 0.3 credits per request. So it's not going to use a full credit. So right here, let's say that I want to have the user be able to download this into a PDF or have some sort of way that they can reference the material that they need. Can you build a feature, or what kind of feature would you recommend that would give somebody options like that? So we'll give it that prompt here to do the discuss. So this is only going to cost us 0.3 credits. We'll hit send. It's going to give us some ideas here. Come back in just a second. Okay, so you can see here it spit back a result. That's a great idea. I would recommend adding a PDF. It also gave me this other idea, which is something that I wouldn't have thought of, is that we can do a enhanced save functionality, which would store everything in a database, and we could go through and do that. And it gives me which sounds like a useful thing to use. So we're going to explore both. For this one, I just want to add the PDF. So I'm going to say add the PDF functionality, and then we'll add that to our calculator. Oh, and I just made a mistake that I don't want you guys to make. When I sent that prompt through, I still had the discuss feature on here. And so it just gave me a discussion and it didn't actually implement those things. And so what I want to do is come back over here, make sure the discuss is off, and then say add the PDF functionality to it. And then it will go through and implement those things. Okay, and you can see now it's gone through and added that PDF functionality. So when I get to this point, I can now download the PDF. Now, one of the helpful thing to note is as you are editing this, if you ever make a mistake or it goes and builds something that you don't like, you can go back up to your chats and you see there's this little revert button. You can revert back to that specific time in the chat. So you can move over anything right now. You see right now it's telling me to upgrade because I now am out of credits. But another thing that you can do is if you come over here to the little history button, you can see a full history of everything. And if you click inside of here, you can revert back to that version anytime that you want. So if ever you make a mistake or it prompts something and it completely messes up your web app, you can always go back and revert to a previous version. version. And as I mentioned, as you can see here, it is telling us if we want to continue to go, we will need to upgrade because we have hit our daily usage limits. If we waited till tomorrow, we'd have a couple more credits, but I would recommend looking at this, especially if you're wanting to actually publish this in a domain, because you can see right now, not only will you get more credits, but if I go to publish this app right now, we can publish it and I'll show you what I mean. We'll publish this app right here and you can see it will be usable. However, the URL will be Grassdad Pro Base44 app. And if we copy this and we bring it over here and we just paste it into the URL, you can see it's live, but then there also is this little edit with Base44 down here at the bottom that people are going to see when they go to your website. So if you want a custom domain and to get rid of this edit with Base44, then you're going to want to upgrade your plan at this point. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to click on the upgrade plan. You can either click upgrade plan, or if you come over here in this top right hand corner, they'll have some sort of thing that says upgrade the plan as well. So we're going to come over here and I'm going to show you the options here. Now, for a lot of people, the starter is going to get you most of the way there. However, if you are wanting to actually build integrations like things like Stripe or collect money payments of any sort, you're going to want to go with the builder plan. Right now, it is 30% off for a yearly plan. So keep that in mind. This is the yearly price, not the monthly one. But if you're just wanting more credits, then the starter plan is going to get you there for most people. But like I said, if you want a fully custom domain and then also the automations, then the builder plan is probably going to be best for most people. For me, that is what I'm going to go with in this option. We're going to grab the builder plan. I would recommend, if this is something you're going to be building, going with the yearly plan here. I'm just going to go to the monthly because this is just a demo for this video. I won't get the free 1-year domain. If you go with the yearly one, you will get the free 1-year domain. Now, I know looking at this price, it may seem kind of expensive, but when you compare it to actually hiring a developer to build an app for you, it is like pennies on the dollar. So to me, it's a huge value when you are selecting those. So just one thing to keep in mind. We're going to come back over here. We're going to hit continue to checkout. All right, so I just went through and subscribed to that builder plan. You can see it's all set. So we can either create an invite link, invite by email, or we're going to do maybe later for this case. We're going to exit out of here. And you can see right now we are on the builder plan. And if we wanted to go back to our app now, we can go over here. It's in this left-hand side in the grass dads. We can come back over here. And this is where our app is currently at. Now, the next step is to actually get a custom domain for this so it can have its own domain and not have the ugly looking Base44 inside of there. If you want to do that, if you click inside this top left-hand corner in the dashboards, there's lots of helpful information inside of here. First of all, you can look at users and you can add and remove users inside of here. Also, if there is data coming through, you can add them into the data set. Analytics will show you how many people are visiting your website, which is really helpful. And then they do have this feature for SEO and social inside of here. What we're going to be doing though is we're going to come to this domains, and right here, you can either connect a existing domain or buy a domain from them. So in this case, we are going to buy a domain, or it's going to say grass-dad.pro. We can buy this domain or we can buy another one. I'm going to look to see if there's another domain available. So we're going to click buy domain here. We're going to type in grassdad and see what's available. I doubt grassdad is available right now. Yeah, it's not available, but it's going to give me some other suggestions here. I want to make sure that it's a .com personally. So we're going to grassdad, and you can see grassdads is available. And that's actually not a bad one. I think I'm going to go with grassdads.com, and we're going to grab this URL. You can see right now it is $1 for the first year with this current promotion with the builder plan. So that is kind of nice that we have that option. So we're going to quickly go through and purchase this domain, and then we're going to hit add to cart here and then continue. If you want to add more domains, you certainly could, but I don't really recommend it or don't see why you would unless you're building out multiple apps here. And then you can decide how long you want this to be. If you want it to be longer, I would recommend just starting with 1 year, and then you can renew it every year as you go on. We're going to hit continue here and actually pay for this domain now. All right, and then once you have your domain bought, you'll have this little thing that says order place. We can go back to Base44, and you can see here inside of the domains, we're going to give this a quick refresh, and we should have our new domain inside of here. So you can see now we have grassdads.com, the Base44 email, and if we want to connect that, we're going to click connect domain. Okay, and then you'll see something here that says your custom domains, and there may be a little thing that says check the status of it. You can see right now it's saying it's active. This usually takes a few hours for it to actually show up. So you can see right now when I go to grassdads.com, you'll see something like this where it's currently not going. Just give it a few more minutes. Usually it takes an hour or so, and you can come back and look at it. I'll show you what this looks like once it's actually loaded. Once you see that this is active right here, what you can now do is come over here to publish, and then go to this, make sure it is your published domain here, and then publish the app. You can have it be public, private, or workspace, but we're going to do publish app public here. Give that just a second, and then now we can copy this, go over here to our URL, and we're going to be waiting still for just a second. Okay, and that is still not showing up. It can take a few hours here, so I'll come back and show you what it looks like when it's all done. But while you are waiting for that, I would recommend going and removing this edit with Base44. In order to do that, what you want to do is come down here into your dashboard. You want to come over to settings and then app settings, and then right here is where you can turn off the platform badge and make sure that is not visible anymore. All right, and after about an hour, the domain is now connected. You can see we now have grassdads.com, and we don't have the little logo down here in the bottom right hand corner, as you can see, and our app is fully functional. We can go and we can add our zones, we can add our links here, and everything works as it should. You can go through and test this and make sure everything's working like it should when you build your app out. But hopefully you found that helpful. If you want more tutorials like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really does mean a lot to me if you do, and we'll see you in the next video.